Who cares what an Israeli tool like Rudy Giuliani thinks about anything, let alone the terrorism mess that he and his Zionist friends helped drag us into?
All right, so let's talk to America's mayor, Rudy Giuliani.
It's good to have you back.
Nice to be back. What was your takeaway from yesterday with the president? Were you glad that the president, for the first time, referred to what we're going through as a war on terror?
Yes, I was very glad about that, and I have some positive things about it and some negative things. I was glad about what he said. Couldn't really object to anything that he said. You could object to the fact that he's waited 2 weeks to say it, and meanwhile not interrupting his vacation. Because it sends a signal that this is not that important.
Or does it send a signal that you don't want to give a nod to the terrorists and have sort of a hysterical knee-jerk reaction?
A president of the United States should be able to react to an attempted attack on this country in less than 2 weeks without being hysterical. If you're going to be hysterical and you need 2 weeks to get yourself together so you won't be hysterical, I don't know what the hell kind of a leader you are.
Hold on, it did not take 2 weeks. I want to make
a point. But the question, let me ask you a question.
There's no question that if he wants to learn from this incident, and I assume that he does, next time don't take 2 weeks and don't stay on vacation. Don't have a good deal of your administration on vacation. I'll tell you why. It goes beyond just the politics of it. I've run large bureaucracies. It sends signals.
Optics.
He's been sending the wrong signal for a year.
Who's he been sending the signal to?
Everybody that works for him, that this is not that important.
What, that they didn't go to work that day on Christmas Day?
No, that this is not a matter of tremendous importance, that he doesn't have their back.
Wait,
that it isn't really a war.
Let me jump in here for a second.
Here's a big signal. You take Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, who is clearly at war with the United States, who is clearly an enemy combatant, and you try him in a civilian court. That's a very bad signal.
For PR points.
Not just for PR points, for sending a signal.
What I'm saying, they are bringing him to New York for PR points.
Yes, of course.
And in fact, Eric Holder said,
to make nice with the terrorists.
Perception was big. A big reason to do that.
Well, the reality is he has been trying to distinguish himself from Bush. That's why he never uses the word war on terror.
That's been his obsession.
Well, the reality is there's some things that Bush did right and some things he did wrong. He was right to call it a war on terror. He actually was more successful in preventing terrorist attacks than Obama has been in his short time. He was wrong to send people, Bush was wrong to send people back to Yemen. You shouldn't follow that example. You should say no.
Was Bush
sometimes
also
Bush
not wrong?
reacted too slowly.
Was Bush also wrong to let people out of Gitmo?
Yes, absolutely.
The way he did?
Yes, the evidence is clear. 1 out of 5 people that have left Gitmo has come back and attacked us or our allies again, at least.
We'll reignite the Gitmo debate.
Sure.
So, I mean,
but just play analyst for a second. Forget all the politics of it. What do you think they were thinking? In other words, put yourself in their shoes and try to interpret their strategy. Because surely it wasn't mindless hysteria.
Of course it wasn't. It was Bush had gone too far. Bush had overreacted. We make the war on terror worse if we emphasize it too much. This is what they truly believe.
Sure.
They were fundamentally wrong. And the facts have proven them to be fundamentally wrong. They've got to change their approach. Let's see if President Obama is a President Clinton. Let's see if he can make a mid-course correction. He has now said it's a war on terror. If it is a war on terror, no more putting these people in civilian courts. We wouldn't have taken...
Which Bush did also.
Well, a mistake.
A mistake, right.
Mistake.
Let's
it was
call
a mistake.
Bush out.
Your point is treat the war like it's a war if it's a war.
You catch
and don't have it be a half war.
You catch Abu Tabalab. He's talking. Why do you cut it off? For what possible reason do you stop him from talking in order to get him a lawyer? It makes no sense.
You must know John Brennan.
I know who he is, yeah.
You don't know him?
I don't know him personally.
He worked in the Bush administration.
Right.
Don't you think he's been doing a pretty good job?